Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please join us again to hear about the wisdom that Srila Prabhupada has shared in his books. So we are gathering wisdom from Srila Prabhupada's books. And today we are focusing on an amazing verse which helps us understand our hearts and inauspicious things in our hearts, and how by loving Krishna we can be completely purified. So please join us for Jai Radha Madhav prayers. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvardhari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvardhari, Yashodanandana Brajana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Brajana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So please join us for Mangalacharan prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam, Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiriet, Shavatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtanaha, Hridayantasto Hya Bhadrani Vidunoti Suhasatam, Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagvat Sevaya, Bhagavatir Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavti Nashtiki. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are trying to understand what is in our heart and how, if there are any anarthas, all the impure things, how can we get rid of them? Simply by taking to the loving service of Lord Shri Krishna, and there is a process to it. So please join us in the recitation of verse Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st Canto, 2nd chapter, verse 18. Yes, it is also one of the invocation prayers, as many of you must have already guessed. Hare Krishna, please join us in the recitation of this verse, Srimad Bhagavatam 1-18. Nashta prayesha bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya, bhagavatir uttam shloke bhaktir bhavti nashtiki. So, translation by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Hare Krishna. Please join us for Guru Pranati. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshtarine Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripatadaham vande Shri Gurum Deenataranam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we sing this as part of invocation. This verse is sung as a part of invocation of Srimad Bhagavatam. And it is very important when we sing something, we should understand the meaning of it. Srila Prabhupada, when he was visiting the Dallas, Gurukul, at that time, all the students gathered and the teachers, and they were reciting one verse after another of Bhagavad Gita, because as part of their teachings, the student had memorized. And then Srila Prabhupada stopped and he asked the meaning of a verse, and none of the students could answer. So it was surprising. He said, yes, recitation, to be memorizing is good, but we should also focus on the meaning of the verse. And that's why today we are spending some time, a very small duration, to understand what is the meaning of this verse. Nashta prayasha bhadreshu. Nashta, of course, means destroyed, so something that gets destroyed. Prayash, almost to nil. So we have to understand what is in our heart in material consciousness. And this is what is getting destroyed, which is abhadreshu. All that is inauspicious. Now what are inauspicious things? Of course, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsara, lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, delusion, and again being an illusion and so envy towards others. So all these unwanted things, they are destroyed. Jealousy gets, completely gets destroyed, because we start to sing with a higher vision. Param drishtva nivartate. So we have higher vision and we have higher taste, because that's what happens. When you have glasses which are full with dust, you can't see things properly. But when you take your glasses, clean them nicely and wear them, yes, now you can see things clearly. So we have practical experience of these facts. And sometimes people are saying regular attendance, because it says Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, regular attendance in the class of Bhagavatam, and of course not just book Bhagavata, but also person Bhagavata. So book Bhagavata, a literary incarnation of Lordship, and also person Bhagavata, which is again a devotee, a pure devotee of the Lord, who we should hear from. So again, we should be hearing Shravanam. Yesterday we covered that Shravanam is the most important devotional service. And when we are doing Shravanam, we should hear it from the devotees, because it's a heart-to-heart connection that establishes. Just by associating with the devotees, we can get this. But then many people say, Nityam Bhagavata, every day. Well, it is important for us to practice. Even in the material world, we see, Dale Carnegie said, practice, 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 practice makes a man perfect. And people, they practice every day. Mountaineers, they are practicing how to climb mountains, finding various techniques, various gears, and so forth. Even in material world, we see people upgrading their gadgets constantly to stay ahead of technology, in the technology world. Especially the millennials, we see them constantly going for the next gadget, the next series of gadgets. Why? Again, a 10-year-old, 14-year-old phones even would work, but they want to get the latest so that they can do the best, they can be more efficient, more effective. And so when we hear from the Shastras, and sometimes people say, but these Shastras you are reading, Srimad Bhagavatam, that's 5,000 years old. Actually, it is eternal. They just don't realize it. It was only put in writing 5,000 years back by Srila Vyasadeva, so that we, people in Kali Yuga who have less intelligence, can understand it. Otherwise, we don't have the intelligence to understand even Sanskrit language. Even Bhagavad Gita was very difficult for people to understand. And many philosophers, they were putting their own versions, putting their own motto in Bhagavad Gita. But Srila Prabhupada, he brought Bhagavad Gita as it is, as Lord Krishna intended. The message has been provided to us in Srila Prabhupada's transcendental purpose. So we say that the Acharyas, they write tika, they write purpose, they write commentary on the important messages that's given in the Shastras. And why should we do Nityam? Why should we understand Nityam? It is very important for us to constantly practice. And I was having a conversation with another devotee, and he was new to the temple, new to this Krishna consciousness. He was like, well, why do we have to do this regularly? I don't understand. Why are you chanting regularly? You're chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And yes, when you're chanting in Kirtan, it's all very nice because it's musical. Many people are there with you. They're all doing congregation chanting of the holy name. Yes, that's Sankirtan Yajna. But why study the scriptures regularly? Well, many examples have been given by the Acharyas, and we can see from our practical example as we are starting on a journey, because this life, when engaging in devotional service, is a journey. So as we are starting on a journey, I am reminded of when I was running in a marathon, and my parents were cheering me up from the sidelines, from the side of the road, and that was very inspiring. I was feeling great. My friends were cheering me up, so I was feeling really great, and I was feeling energized. I was rejuvenated. So similarly, when we start on a journey, what do? We take a step. Of course, we are doing journey on foot, and we take a step, then we take another step, then we take another step. So sometimes for someone who's just observing us, it may feel like we are repeating ourselves, right? It's repetitive. A step, next step, and so on. But in reality, what's happening? The distance between the goal and us is reducing with every step. And Acharyas have revealed, if we take one step towards Krishna, Krishna takes 10 steps towards us. And our steps, puny steps. But Lord Krishna's steps, amazing. In one step, he crossed the whole planet Earth. In the second step, he crossed the boundary of this universe. So his steps are amazing. So yes, when we take a little step towards Krishna, he takes a giant step towards us. And so our goal immediately becomes easier. It may appear repetitive. Yes, that is true. Yet at the same time, the purpose has to be understood. Why are we taking this step, and where are we taking these steps? In what direction? And all the Acharyas, they cheer us as we are taking this step. All the devotees, in the company of devotees, we feel cheerful, we feel rejuvenated. And so that is the essence. Now this person I was discussing with was still not satisfied. He's like, yes, this is hypothetical. I can kind of relate with it. Yes, it's a journey, as, sambandha, vidheya, prayojana. So this was heavy philosophy. So we sat down to honor prasadam. So jab prasadam paane ke liye hum baithe, at that time we were sitting down to honor prasadam, and as we started prasadam, I said, have you observed something? So he said, what do you mean? I said, just observe the way you are eating. You're breaking a piece of bread, you're dipping it in, whatever the vegetable you are taking, and then you're putting in your mouth. The process seems repetitive, but what is happening in that process is important. Your stomach is feeling full, you're feeling satisfied, your hunger is dying away. And this is the hunger of materialistic, lust that, comes through various forms of kam, krodh, lobh, moh, mad, matsara. All these inauspicious things, they are actually getting destroyed with every step we are taking towards the Lordship. And at this moment, he realized and he smiled what has been said. So we have to take association of the Bhagavatas, pure devotee of the Lord. We have to hear from the pure devotee of the Lord, the book Bhagavata. And person Bhagavata is not just one who is reading Srimad Bhagavatam, but also living Srimad Bhagavatam, living on the principles. When Srila Prabhupada wrote in the first canto, in the purport he also wrote, and also in the lectures he shared, that we are very grateful for Devashi Narad to have appeared on the pages of Bhagavatam. So it is the Acharyas talking to us, it is the Acharyas speaking to us, it is Lord Krishna who is speaking to us. And so amazing, amazing facts are being revealed. So what is the remedy? Again, now you already understand what the remedy of eliminating all inauspicious things within the heart. And why these inauspicious things need to be removed? Because these are obstacles in the path of self-realization. It is the path, to our happiness that they are obstructing, they are roadblocks. Yet at the same time, by engaging Srila Narottam Das Thakur says that even engaging all these inauspicious things in Krishna consciousness, we can use them as stepping stone to rise higher. And he said that envy cannot be used then. But then, great Acharya Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur came later on and he said, even envy can be used in Krishna consciousness. So again, where new revelations have been given to us by the Acharyas. So the remedy of association of the Bhagavatas, there are two types, I already discussed. The book Bhagavata, a literary incarnation of the Lordship, and then a person Bhagavata, a true representative or bona fide representative, an Acharya in disciplic succession. We should hear from an Acharya. And so both are competent remedies, and both of them, or any one of them, are good enough to eliminate the obstacles. Yet at the same time, when we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, then if we read it loudly, we will be able to grasp more. And we hear from others also is helpful, but in the association of devotee, it has a special effect. We can go deeper with realization of every day picking up a verse and the purport. So this is Shabda Brahman. Book Bhagavata is non-different from Krishna. It is Krishna himself speaking to us through the pages of Bhagavatam, calling us, cheering us up to come closer, so that we can have eternal happiness. With pure Krishna consciousness, with pure devotional service, we can realize. So our heart currently may be filled with so many impurities, and all these anarthas are those impurities. And when the heart is purified like a temple from all these dirty things, they are driven away, we can feel the divine couple in the throne of our heart, and we can serve them and experience transcendental bliss every moment. This bliss is eternal. It's like overflowing ocean, not like the material happiness that it dies down. So this is an essential aspect. Nityam Bhagavati Sevya Bhagavatir Uttam Shloke. So all the verses are filled with devotional service. Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki, and of course, an irrevocable fact. Irrevocable fact means it can never be denied, it can never reverse itself. The devotional service, the loving devotional service, the love of the Lordship, the ecstasy, the bliss will automatically be hoarded in our heart, and we will be swimming in this transcendental overflowing ocean. Hare Krishna. Gantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Bhagavad ki jai, Nant Koti Vaishnav Vind ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.